The dreams that dreams dream of. This Friday's Lotto Max jackpot is an estimated $65 million. Plus, an estimated 12 Max Millions. Why dream to the min when you can dream to the max?
439 Pizza Nova.
It's not Samara Pizza for Kids Month. Join us by adding a dip to your pizza order and support the Kids of Variety, the children's charity of Ontario.
50 cents from every dip will help kids like me stay active. I dip, you dip. Let's all dip for variety.
Ciao, I'm Dominic Primucci, inviting you to help make a difference.
439 Pizza Nova.
Get Ignite Internet now, starting at $59.99 after a $30 credit per month for a
Hello and welcome to the Raptors Show on Sportsnet 590 The Fan. A reminder, we're streaming live on Sportsnet's YouTube channel and airing live on Sportsnet 360, Monday to Friday between 2 and 3 p.m. I'm your host, William Liu. I'm joined by producer and co-host Alex Wong, who is wearing a Canadian tuxedo, even though it is feels like 25, 26 degrees outside in Toronto. Bit of a humid day. Alex, how you feeling, man? I know you're sweating down there.
Yeah. You know, I've made a lot of poor decisions in life, and you can add this to the list. You know, we're going to a charity dinner tonight, and as you know, like I've been dressing very casually to the studio day to day.
How is this not casual?
Shorts and sandals. I told Elaine Kwan I was actually going to not wear shorts today, so I put on a pair of jeans, and then I saw this vintage Levi's jean jacket in my closet, and I was like, yeah, let's match.
That's crazy, bro.
Yeah, no photos.
You look like the one-off Chinese character on Corner Gas. Is
No,
there one?
I look like. First of all, I've never watched Corner Gas.
Me neither, man.
Shouts to everyone there, but
Sure.
I look like Sean Desmond. Like not actually,
sure.
but
Okay.
like Sean Desmond used to wear these velour suits in this color.
All right, bro.
But anyways, welcome to the Raptors Show. Any Raptors news? Absolutely nothing. Okay, next.
Absolutely no Raptors news.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are going to actually take a whole bunch of Twitter questions. We have, last time I looked at it, 116 replies on the call out that I put out on Twitter, and I know that you got some on Instagram for some reason as well.
Yes.
But before we get there, you were at the golf range yesterday. We need the report of how did you do, man?
Yeah, my arms are also really sore today, aside from just sweating my entire body. You know, it was my first time hitting a golf ball in 3 years. You know, I took the 5 and 7 iron there in a Nike duffel bag. And I just, you know,
You look like you were about to go commit a crime. not that you were actually going to go golfing, but continue. Yeah.
Yeah, so I was there for an hour at the docks, you know, at the driving range. And I feel pretty good. I'm going to try to get in 2 or 3 more sessions before I play with my dad in 2 weeks. So it's a bit of a ramp up.
It's incredible the lengths you'll go to please your Asian parents.
I don't want to disappoint my dad. Like I told you.
I got the sense that you're not even that into golf.
I really, you know, like whose respect is the most important to you? Like in life.
Yeah, my parents. Yeah.
Exactly.
Course,
Like
yeah.
I only care about the respect of my parents.
Yeah.
And that's very important to me.
No, I hear you, man.
Yeah.
No, seriously.
I got a blister and everything, you know, but I'm a pro, you know, I'm here for the full hour.
No, I'm not even. I'm making jokes now, but I'm not even kidding. Well, my dad invites me to play with his 40 and over league. In
Soccer, right?
Soccer,
Yeah.
yeah. I make sure I get in at least a few sessions.
Right.
Do a few drills, you know.
Yeah.
Just a little chest control, a little knee control.
Exactly.
Left foot, right foot. It's just something, you know.
Yeah.
To make sure that I'm okay.
You always give that extra.
Take an
you know,
extra coffee in the morning.
extra 10% for your parents.
Yeah, it's incredible how much
Yeah.
of a grip they have on us. Even though you and I, our combined age is
Well,
over 60.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
37 plus 30. Plus
Not
29.
30 yet, man. Yeah,
Plus 29, yeah. Wow, I can't even do math right now.
All right. Yeah, we're just enough of that.
Welcome to the Raptor Show.
You also went to a comedy show?
Yeah, shout out to my guy, Tom Henry. I went to the Comedy Bar yesterday. They have a Thursday show, I believe. It's called Laugh Sabbath. It's like a regular weekly thing. And it's in the small room in the back, I think. Very exclusive, you know, only 20 or 30 people in there in the audience.
Oh.
So it's kind of like a very personal thing, you know, Tom, and then the shouts to a friend of the program, Ennis Esmer Double E, invited me to come hang out. So I got to see Tom Henry do his thing, and he's killing it.
And on the way into work, when you arrived at 1:56 today, you said
New
what
world record.
What were you bumping on your headphones?
Tom Henry Kills, his comedy album on Spotify. Everybody should check that out. Tom Henry, 66 Jokes on Crave. Will Lou is taking some time off next month, and Tom Henry and Enes Esmer will be coming in to co-host.
I can't wait.
Yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait.
No, this is the fastest anyone has become friends with somebody.
Yeah,
it's incredible because you met Tom on Saturday when we played poker.
Yeah, he came to our live
We played
event
for
on
like
Monday.
6 hours.
Yeah, I went home, watched his special.
You literally.
I was in bed, opened up Crave, somehow hit my password, first go. Yeah, that was sick. He came to our live event. That was sick.
Yeah,
Hung out with
Monday.
him
Yeah.
yesterday at the comedy show, and he invited the two of us to
Thursday.
his house party tonight. So we'll see. I told him my social energy is kind of running out. So
Is it?
I
Is it
think
because
it's-
you've expended all on Tom Henry?
yeah. Shouts to TH. Anyways,
okay.
welcome to the Raptors Show.
Thierry Henry better.
Boston Celtics have evened the series 1-1. That's about it. We don't need to talk about them.
Yeah, the Celtics hit 9 threes. They also got their healthy roster back. Marcus Smart nearly put up a triple-double. He had a dominant performance. And
They're the better team. They're the better team.
They're the better team, yeah. So I think I had Celtics in 6. What did you pick?
I think I took the Heat just because I didn't want to take the Celtics. I took the Heat in 7.
That's tough.
I'm picking Celtics in 5. If you were to let me revise.
Celtics in 5.
Honestly,
come on, they'll get one more game. Man.
Even when they made the comeback, when Miami made the second half comeback in game 1, I just watched the first half and I was like, come on, man. Like Boston is just the better team. They're the better team.
So the stat that's come out is that the Celtics have won 7 of the 8 quarters.
There
so
we
far.
go.
Yeah.
There we go. Like I think, okay, the thing about the playoffs is like we always talk about like the ceilings of teams. Like, do they have another gear, right?
Mhm,
The Heat
yep.
don't have another gear. Like this is the Miami Heat. They're going to work hard and that's it.
Damn.
No, like there's not another gear. Who on that team can go to another gear?
No, damn. You really just called the
Yeah.
Miami Heat an academic kid. Okay, all right. Let's go to our Twitter questions then because we have lots. As usual, we are going to answer 2 basketball questions per
Boring.
every non-basketball question.
Yeah, my favorite. Okay, first basketball question. What is the 1, 2, and 3 year ceiling of the Raptors if we keep most of this team together, especially seeing how successful the Celtics have been doing just that in terms of keeping their core?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's so I really like this question. This is why I had it as the number 1 to address. I think 1 year ceiling, as in like what's the ceiling next year? I don't think it's that different from what it is this year. I think ideally, if you make it to the playoffs completely healthy, which is very difficult. I think for a lot of teams they weren't able to do that, and also over the course of the playoffs, you usually lose at least one player, right? At some point. I think the 1 year ceiling in terms of like what's going to happen next season will probably to make the second round, to win the first round. I would say. Making it into the conference finals, I guess, is possible, but I really would need to see a few things start to really break. I'm not ruling that out, but I think most realistic ceiling is second round. I think, I don't know, 2 year ceiling. 2 year ceiling is a little tough. 2 year ceiling is mostly like, okay, what are you going to do in free agency with Gary Trent and with
Fred as well.
Fred as well.
Yeah.
Are you going to re-sign those guys? If you do choose to re-sign those guys, or if you don't choose to re-sign those guys, who are you replacing them with, right? Because you're not just going to let talent walk away for nothing. Is it going to be a sign and trade? All sorts of other stuff. So 2 year ceiling is very hard for me to pick. 3 year ceiling, honestly, at that point, I kind of do expect Scotty to be in that all-star conversation.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, at that point, you have 2 all-stars, him, Pascal. Who knows what Fred's going to be at that point, but Fred obviously wasn't an all-star level this year. My expectations would be conference finals.
Yeah, I think that's fair, and I think that's a optimistic outlook.
Is it?
On the path, because I mean,
we made the conference finals with Louis Scola and
I know.
DeMar Carroll starting.
I know, but I think
Yeah.
this is all hinges on Scotty's development, which I know we're going to talk about, and I think it just hinges on what this team's going to look like in 2-3 years too, because I really don't think all the pieces are still going to be here. I think you make a really good point about next season. I think next season people are going to be holding the Raptors to the standard of what they reached this year, just in terms of like the results, like win total, 48 wins, and it's possible, it's realistic that they could take a step back. They could be a 42-45 win team. Like I don't think it's guaranteed that this team.
So what would happen though? Like, give me the scenario. This is like the opposite of a dream. This is like a nightmare.
Yeah,
give me the
for me, it's a very simple scenario for me. It's just that if the Eastern Conference just gets more competitive.
Who's coming to join the Eastern Conference?
Let's see. So we've got Boston next year is going to be good.
Yeah, they were good
Miami's
this year.
good.
They were good
Yeah,
this year.
but like, what about just like random things that you can't account for, just like injuries and things like that too, though, right?
I mean,
I'm just saying, year to year things change.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, there's nobody on the team that's like injury prone.
Sure.
No one's had a recurring injury.
I'm just saying like the unpredictability of like year to year. I'm not saying that like, oh, talent wise, like they completely overachieved. But I don't know, man. I guess I'm taking kind of a negative track on this, but like,
yeah,
I'm with you. And I think in 3 years we'll know if Scotty is gonna become this superstar. I think that's the main thing, right?
Yeah.
And if he doesn't, because we're putting these high expectations on him, I think that's okay too. You're still gonna have a really, really good player. You're just gonna have to look at the team building differently in terms of can we build around this guy?
Yeah, sure. Which actually segues nicely into our next question, which is from at Open Gym Anunobi, very active member of Raptors Twitter. What should Scotty's role look like next season? Alex, I know you a big hoop head. Answer that question for me.
I think I would like to see Scotty initiate the offense more. I was actually really impressed when he took like the quote unquote point guard duties. I actually want to see him more in that role because I think when we talk about Fred's health, if you can move Fred off ball, with Scotty on the court and not ask him to do as much, I actually think there's a lot of value there. And I want them to start shaping Scotty to be able to really take on these roles when it comes to big games and when it comes to playoff time. Because why can't Scotty be the primary ball handler at the end of a close game in a playoff game? Like, I would love to see him in that position. And that's still with Fred on the court, still with the rest of the guys on the court, because, we've seen the playmaking aside from the no-look passes. I love for them to really develop him on that side, like on the offensive end of the floor. That's what I want to see.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably what most people want to see as well, myself included. I actually think it's not really coming out of Fred's account. It's probably going to be the question of how much can Scotty handle the ball while Pascal's on the floor.
Okay.
Because we know Fred can be effective off ball. We know because he's such a good shooter, because he's really good at moving without the ball as well. There's actual value to him being off the ball. There is not much value in Pascal and Scotty being off the ball right now. So you're pretty much only going to give the ball to the guy who, well, not only, I guess, but you're probably going to give the ball to the guy who can create more with it, right now, and that's clearly Pascal.
Okay.
So I don't know. I mean, like, I guess you could play Fred exclusively off ball if you really wanted to, or you can take away most of what Fred does in his pick and roll creation, which honestly, like, you might say, well, that's not that effective of a play. That's true, but Fred also drives like 14 times a game when healthy. So you're going to need to replicate that with 14 drives. Is Scotty ready to drive 14 times a game? Is he going to be able to get downhill 14? If he is, then absolutely, go ahead.
But let's see it. Let's see if we can do it,
Yeah.
Let's see if we can do
I
it.
actually think the touches will probably come out of Pascal's account, not
Okay.
Fred's.
No, that's interesting. And I always defer to you because you watch basketball. There's another one, too, that we should tack on.
Sure.
Are we putting Scotty in a difficult position by putting such high expectations on his next couple of years? Seems like a decent amount of time for a young player to become an all-star.
Well, how do I say this? There's a stereotype about Asian parenting.
Okay, which one? Yeah.
No, I mean, listen, that's how I expect out of all the players. Like, I expect a lot of that.
He's earned the
guys.
expectations, I would say.
Yeah, when you win Rookie of the Year, the expectation is, okay, maybe this guy's going to turn into something really good.
No one's putting these expectations on Jalen Suggs. Like, you have to earn
What
these
are the expectations of Jalen Suggs, actually?
I don't know. I don't want to
apparently,
talk about
apparently his
Orlando
friendship with Chet Holmgren might determine what Orlando might do with the number one pick.
Yeah. That's why I think the Raptors are going to win 42 games next year, because those Orlando games are going to...
Yeah.
It's going to be tough.
It's going to be different when they have Chet Holmgren.
You know how the Raptors can win 50 games?
Yeah.
Beat Dwayne Casey, please. Number one on my wish list. It's actually bothered me. We got to sit on this for the whole summer. He swept us.
Okay, well, Dwayne's prepping right now.
Dwayne's like, I did what Philly couldn't, Swept them.
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay. We were almost going to get swept by Philly.
You know what? I always think about the show we came in to do at 10 a.m. when it was the night before they lost 3-0.
That was a dark show. I didn't even have time to do 10 things. Anyway, whatever.
Actually, when I think about it, I only think about the McDonald's that you brought me. So
oh yeah, that was a great one.
I really appreciate it. All right, non-basketball.
There we go.
But it's still, I believe, Raptors related. As casual hockey fans, are you sick of the media constantly referring to the Leafs, quote unquote, needing a Kawhi trade, knowing how rare those are and how it doesn't even apply? Toronto Maple Leafs expert William Liu.
Yeah, so my thing with this is they already have like a really, really great player, at least one in Matthews, right? I mean,
Mhm.
you don't score 60 goals and you're not a great player. Like that's outrageous.
No, I'm sorry. 60 goals, like you're special.
Yeah, did he even play the whole season too? Like he probably missed some time.
You probably missed some time, but you're
Anyway,
like
whatever.
you're Lee Van Osman, as Lee Van Osman says, you're
Yeah.
special.
The issue with this is that, okay, so in basketball, and I've said this a million times, in basketball, there's 100 offensive possessions per game and 100 defensive possessions per game.
Mm.
You can have one player in basketball essentially play the whole game. In hockey, what's the most you can play? Half the game?
Mm-hmm. They play
At
like,
most.
they play like a third maybe max, right? Like 20 minutes.
Yeah, 20 minutes is
20
pretty
yeah.
generous, right?
Yeah.
In basketball, you can play like the whole game if you really wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
We see the Raptors, guys play 42. So let's say you can play 80% of the minutes,
Mm-hmm.
right, regularly. Not only that, you factor in offensively and defensively, just like you do in hockey. However, because there is 100 possessions, just think of it as rolls of the dice. You roll the dice 100 times.
Okay, I'm
You
in
get
now. I'm listening. Yeah,
I know.
I'm listening. Yeah.
Yours perked up. You have a very, very good chance of getting a predictive outcome. Like it's going to be something that is going to be true to what the actual talent level is for you, unless there's some injuries that factor into it, right? Like the better team is going to win.
Yeah,
in basketball.
That's not the case in hockey. A lot
In
of times.
hockey, not only can the best players not affect every possession like that
Mhm.
and play that many possessions, but also there's just huge amounts of variability in
Mhm.
terms of everything that happens because there are much fewer goals to determine anything. Like
Yeah.
you look at like how you might lose a series, someone might tip the puck in randomly in front or like the
Yeah,
puck
off
might
your own
bounce around.
defenseman or something
And
like
you
that.
might say,
that's it.
well, okay,
Yeah.
well, what about the quad shot? That bounced in. That shot bounced in after they played like 200 possessions already.
Yeah, after they played like 1,000 possessions in that series.
This is actually what bothers me a little bit about watching hockey. Turns me off a little bit because it's just too much randomness that goes in. Like
It is.
I'm sorry, like if you tip in a goal, that's essentially like you in basketball you accidentally tipped in like 8 threes.
Yeah, it's like when the Raptors had that what was
that's
that own basket for Matisse Thybulle, and that
Yeah, but-
decided the whole game.
Yeah, so to me that's where I'm like it's just a little too random for me to fully invest in. But
Mhm.
that's part of the reason why you can't just go get a Kawhi trade. It's not that simple. In basketball, it's a lot more simple.
Yeah. Also, stay the course, Leafs. You know, I thought they had a good first round. I think you make a really good point in that. When have you ever looked at a game 7 of an NBA playoff series and really been like, oh, that the wrong team like won? It's very rare.
Yeah.
It's really rare. The better team.
The
except
2020 Boston Celtics. I hated that we lost that season, man.
Well, you know,
Oh,
if
so
Norm
sick.
just took a different direction when Marcus Smart was coming.
You know, the crazy thing about that is Marcus Smart was explaining that a couple possessions before that, Norm had actually gotten him with that same move and got to the basket. So
Mhm.
he adjusted his approach.
Yep. Yeah.
This is pretty incredible.
No, that's a basketball IQ at work.
Yeah,
man.
exactly. Anyway,
Man.
whatever, man. If Kyle didn't foul out, we might have done something.
I forgot about that too. Who took the last shot in that game? Oh yeah, Fred.
Yeah, the play was
was
blown up. It was supposed to be a hammer play for Norm in the opposite corner. The Celtics also blew that one up. And now Fred had to go out one-on-one against Grant Williams. And,
Grant Williams again, yo, he can't keep getting away with this.
I know, he can't.
Next
Back to
basketball
Raptor
question. What do you think out of the young bench pieces who we currently have will have the biggest impact next season, excluding Precious, because I think Precious is the number 1 pick for everybody. Who do you have, William Lou?
I really,
You're like, not really anyone.
no, actually, I really like the idea of Delano like making it there. I thought Delano had the highest peaks out of all the other
Yeah.
like non-Scotty,
He's got to develop that jumper, though.
Yes, of course, but I think that jumper has been developing in the G
Okay.
League level. You see it, like he's okay. I know everyone dismisses this in the G League, and rightfully so because it's a different level of competition. He's like hitting pull-up threes. He's like actually intending to pull up for 3, not like late clock. Oh, I gotta get one up because I'm the point guard and shot clock expiring. Like he's going for the pull-up threes. He's hitting the pull-up jumpers, catch and shoot jumpers. You know, me watching the warm-up report, the jumper is coming around. And I think the ceiling of it is just like he has so many other basketball skills.
Mhm.
So yeah, actually, I back Delano
Okay.
as my guy. Yeah,
I'm trying to think. There's not really a lot. I mean, I can't really confidently say Malachi Flynn. I feel like we just haven't seen enough.
bro, Nick's not even willing to play him.
But Masai seems to love him, though.
Sure, yeah.
He's always shouting him out. Is that for trade value? What's Masai trying to pull?
Sure, yeah.
Anyways, yeah, I don't know.
Anyway, I would pick Delano.
I guess I would say Chris Boucher too if they bring him back. In that, I think he really
Did
solidified
they
his
say
role.
young? Did they say young in this
Come
question?
on, I consider Chris to be young still.
Chris might be older than me, man.
Okay, then you got to call Fred and Pascal old too. Then, like you got to start calling them old. Don't call me out every time I don't include them in the core moving forward. Then
They're not old.
You
They're
gotta
in
be
their prime.
consistent.
Just like Chris is. But I mean, I think the question was like the young guys that might.
yeah,
block.
there's well, I guess the answer is not a lot. We need more.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay. all
There's
right.
not a lot.
Okay.
Next one. I know the core is pretty much set, but what kind of trade would it take to trade Fred or Pascal? I.e., what level of player will it take to even consider trading the two of them?
I think you really have to go back and look at Masai Ujiri's trade history.
Mm-hmm.
That man wins all of his trades.
Mm-hmm.
Like you might okay. For example, if someone was asking this in 2018 was like, "Hey, I know Colin DeMar are set as core players, but what level of player would it take?" If I were on the Raptors show at that time and told you it would take a Kawhi Leonard level player, people would be like killing me because that's a ridiculous standard for him to go get.
Yeah, and he did.
And then he did it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's hard to say based on the Masai scale of what he can win in a trade. I think with Pascal, you're looking at the level of trade packages that you see from like at least what Drew Holiday was able to command from New Orleans, right? Which was, multiple picks,
right.
Young prospects, things like that. Honestly, like it depends on what you're trading for. If you're trading for another star, I think you're probably going to get like less of those picks and all that stuff, and it's mostly going to be equivalent value, player for player kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
You see that much less nowadays. Those kind of challenge trades, you see a lot more of like players being essentially liquidated into like future picks and things like that. On that front, I think honestly it's gone so out of whack. Like I don't really know. Like you look at AD going for like 5 years worth of picks and pick swaps.
Yeah.
And then you look at like
James Harden too.
James Harden, yeah. I don't know. Actually, it's really hard to peg. I would say at least 2 first-round picks, a pick swap, a prospect, probably another prospect for Pascal.
I actually think
and then for Fred, it's like probably half of that just based on his injury history right now. But
yeah, I think that's interesting because like I didn't think of it that way in terms of whenever I think about Pascal trades, I always think about like guys that can help the Raptors now,
yes,
right?
Exactly.
And like you opened me up to this different thought. Like I never thought about it this way. And that if they wanted to trade Pascal to a contending team who had all these draft assets and prospects,
yeah,
that is actually an interesting thought. I feel like he's got to fetch at least 2 first rounders, probably 3.
Yeah, at least, and pick swaps and stuff like that. But I mean, nowadays it's like very hard to pick these things because like you'll see something ridiculous. Like the Clippers give up 7 years of pick control, and they're like, technically we signed Kawhi too, or we traded for Kawhi too. It's like,
no, but you don't get to. No, whatever.
No, that doesn't count.
I'm over the Clippers, man.
Yeah, whatever.
I like the Clippers now. Yeah, I don't like. Anyways, non-basketball. Serge put out a song recently.
Yep.
With Diplo.
Yep.
What are your thoughts on Serge Ibaka? So actually, when I walked into the office, I guess you were doing some like prep. You were listening to it.
Yes.
Okay.
I didn't really I only heard it once. Didn't really vibe with it that much.
Okay.
I will have to say, so for people who don't know this, Serge has really like ventured into becoming a musician. I see a lot of comments saying that he is the DJ Khaled of Africa, because he just appears in quite a few songs, and a lot of the time, similar to what DJ Khaled would do, like isn't like he's not like featuring on the song. He's just like saying something over and over again.
Right. He's ad-libbing.
Yeah.
Like they don't want me to win,
But I actually have been on Serge's YouTube page and listened to all of his songs that he's been part of.
Okay.
Some of them are quite popular. Like one of them has 14 million views.
Okay.
Champion.
Okay.
Lego with 2 G's. He's quite good. I've listened to this actually a few times.
Okay.
4.4 million views.
Yeah, look out for Will Lou on Pitchfork.
Yeah.
Should write a review.
What's this one? Tayari? Yeah, Tayari. So in this one, Serge actually like has a whole verse and like is rapping. I believe in actually I don't know. I didn't listen to it closely.
Yeah.
Enough. Either in French or Spanish. You never know with Serge. He can do both.
Right.
So congrats to Serge. Honestly, he's making okay. So the music that he's part of is actually quite enjoyable.
Yeah.
I actually really do like. I wouldn't mind hearing this.
Okay.
Like I don't know if I go out of my way to hear it because I'm not consuming that much francophone music.
Yeah.
But it's pretty good, man.
Okay.
Congrats to Serge.
A little promo for Serge from you.
Yeah. Look at us changing roles once again.
Great segment.
Listen, go to Serge's YouTube page, look up the music that he's a part of, and tell me that's a bang. It bangs.
We always support everything that Serge does.
Yes.
He posted another selfie from bed on IG yesterday.
He's
back.
He's back in Toronto,
he's just back as Serge Ibaka on IG.
I mean, come on, man.
He's back, baby. Before we go to break, why don't I run through a couple IG questions and then we'll go
let's
back
do
to
it.
our Twitter
I wonder
sequence.
what these IG questions are actually.
Let's see. What do you as media do during the off season?
Chill.
Yeah,
Play
work on
basketball.
my book, other projects, things like that. Let's see. Let's find some good ones. Yeah. So, did you include the questions that I asked you on Twitter? By the way.
No. I
Okay,
just expected you to bring them in. Considering I don't know why you would send in
okay.
a Twitter question when you're just straight up on the show.
I
But,
was just,
if you want to, ask
I just wanted
those,
to
go ahead.
interact with you.
Oh, okay.
Like that's all I want. So, okay. My first question for you, William, is if you had to move to another NBA city next year to cover a team, which team would you pick, and who would you pick as your co-host in that city?
I mean,
Like, is there which team would you be most excited about covering?
probably the Warriors. Yeah.
That's interesting. I didn't think you were gonna say that.
No, man. I've
Okay.
I've you
So
know, I
it's
got
you and
family out
Andy
there.
Lou.
Yeah, it's me. It's gonna be me and Andy
Oh
Lou,
my
man.
god,
Nah,
you guys are gonna be
hectic.
that EDC. You guys
I mean,
are gonna be a mess,
I'm
man.
gonna be we're gonna get canceled, man.
You're gonna be at Coachella together
Salute to my guy Andy Lou.
in
man.
this outfit. Wow, Warriors.
You're invited too, by the way. You can come, man.
Warriors. That's
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
You know, I got family in San Fran.
Oh,
you know,
okay. So
like,
you're actually considering the whole in terms of where
yes,
you would be living
situation,
and things
yeah,
like
yeah.
that. Okay.
Why? You just want the most interesting team to cover? Like, also the
Yeah.
Warriors, man. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I would have to think about
Because
they have a really good PR team too. So
they
you know,
got a really
I'm
good
factoring
PR
that in
team.
too.
They have
Yeah.
a really good style of play in which you can actually look at. Like, it's harder to break down teams that just play pick and roll like most of the time and play
Yeah.
standard drop defense. Like, it's nothing really that tactically interesting.
Yeah.
The Warriors are the one team that plays basketball like the most differently out of all the teams.
Okay. If you got sent to Utah, would you do it?
Oh my God!
If you're offered a life-changing amount of money, but you had to lock in for 5 years.
For 5 years
Yep.
in Utah,
Yep.
nah,
Okay.
nah.
I just want to check.
I
OKC.
really like living here in Toronto.
OKC.
OKC? Are you kidding me?
What?
No,
Okay.
no,
So you're a snob.
Nah,
you're
no,
not.
no,
You
no,
don't
hold
got the
on.
love of the game.
no. Hold on.
Yeah. I'll do a bid in
Name one
OKC.
OKC reporter.
Oh my God.
You in the media?
Sam Presti.
Yeah, Fred Katz moved on. I know.
Everybody moved on. Royce Young moved on too, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Anyways.
So yeah,
Great
it's
radio.
also a career ender, is what I'm trying to say. I
Yeah.
don't wanna go there.
Next question for you from me.
Yeah.
If you could have dinner with 3 Asians, who would they be? Happy Asian Heritage Month, Will.
3 Asians.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know, man. I'm having dinner with you and my brother later today.
Yeah. I finally get to meet Will's younger
Yeah,
brother.
you know what? I'm gonna go with you and my brother. Actually, we're gonna make this happen later tonight.
Okay.
Yeah.
What a bailout. If basketball never existed, what do you think are the top 3 jobs you would be doing instead?
Probably a teacher.
Yeah, me too. I still want to teach at some point.
Okay. Yeah, let's do it.
Journalism school should hit me up, man.
I feel like you and I
Come on.
should be like co-teaching a course on like sports journalism. Yeah.
Yo, we do real talk too. We've done like journalism
Bro,
stuff
you know what
before.
I did this? So I woke up this morning,
Yeah.
you know, whatever, got ready, and then like 9 o'clock, I was part of a Ottawa school board.
Yeah, there you go. We should be doing more.
like, virtual session
We have-
with
we-
a whole bunch of I think a class of like 40 classes of kids, and
Yeah.
we were discussing.
People
like,
should be reaching out to us instead of recycling the same 4 or 5 names. Like we have experiences that we can share that are very different
Damn.
from other people. From IG before we go to break.
you trying to get the CMU check?
Nah, my money good, man. Is it generational wealth too? Is it hard sometimes finding joy in basketball when it's your job to watch and report on it?
No, not at all.
Yes, for me. Yeah.
What? Really?
No, it's taken a lot of enjoyment out of
Really?
it for me. Yeah, like I've become desensitized to everything. I look at athletes differently. Like compared to going to an arena as a fan versus as a reporter, like it's different. Yeah.
Not for me.
Well, we know.
Nah, first off, I take the same approach. No, but it's still very much enjoyable. I think the only thing that's not as enjoyable is you're going to every game rather than like you're going to like the odd game.
Yeah, it's work for me. Like I look at it as work. I think doing this show with
Okay,
you is the
yeah.
one thing that I don't look at as work.
Oh, that's
And
nice, man.
I
Wow.
can see you can see that I treat it that way as well. Oh, come on, Alex, get it together. Contract negotiations are soon. What are you doing, man? People want to know, when will the Raptor Show with Will, Alex, and Jason be happening? Jason, man, I'm gonna hit you up when Will is off. Just to kill some time. with
Okay,
you.
so you're just gonna replace me with a quota? All right.
If you could own, this is from my guy Kai. If you could own any Raptors player game worn jersey from any game, specific player. Let's take out Kawhi's shot. I feel like we would both pick that. Which game worn jersey from which game would you like to own?
Fred VanVleet, Game 6, NBA Finals. That thing is hard, man. First
Oh
off, the
my
jersey is so
God.
nice. But yeah, I just put it on. I'd probably do the Fred yell in the mirror and then take it off and put it in a
man.
frame or something.
Jeremy Lin's first game with the Raptors when he checked in against the Washington Wizards. First game.
Yeah, it was a decent debut.
I kept the box score from, you know how they hand out the box score sheets? That's oh, wow. Look at the disrespect.
Yo, you
man.
could just print it at any point.
That's a memorabilia, man. It's going to be given away at our next live. I can't believe you're laughing at me for that, man.
No, that's
You
that's
don't think that
awesome.
means something?
It does, yeah. It definitely means something.
Come on.
Yeah.
All right. Shout outs and more Twitter questions when we come back.
That's right. Stay tuned. You've been listening to The Raptors Show on Sportsnet 590 The Fan. Welcome back to the Raptors Show on Sportsnet 590 The Fan. I'm your host, Wim Lou. Continue to be joined by producer and co-host Alex Wong. And as we do every Friday, we want to give some shout-outs. So, Alex, go ahead, man.
Yeah, special shout-outs for this week. As always, we start with our producer, Derek, who is not with us today. He's finishing his last credit at university.
Damn.
And we've got producer Tristan filling in today. So shouts to Tristan, shouts to Ryan Fabro, Kyle, Dan Toman, Greg Sansoni, Pat Flash, and as always, all the people helping us, supporting us with the YouTube, with the TV, with the radio behind the scenes. And of course, special shout out to Jennifer Rolnick. Thank you for coming to our live event on Monday. Producer Rob as well, helping us out behind the scenes. And the guests this week, Blake Murphy, Oren Weisfeld, Vivek Jacob. And special shout outs. You know, last week we got to hang out with Evie Kwan, who's starting a new job. She left the Toronto Star for Vice.
Yep.
We got to meet some of her friends, Tim and Camille in particular. You had to sit and listen to me and Tim talk about 90s hip hop and how we used to burn CDs at school.
I was around for the burning
Oh, were
CDs.
you?
I burned some
Oh,
CDs,
okay.
man. Yeah, I thought I didn't burn a Jay
okay.
Chow CD so I could leave it in my parents' car.
Okay,
yeah.
but you laugh at me because I took a Jeremy Lin box score home. Come on, man.
Again, like I mentioned, you can go on NBAstats.com and acquire the PDF game
It's not the
log
same, man. This
of
one's
every single game.
This one's from the arena.
So you're basically just saying
It's
you got it from the
different.
printer,
Oh
the arena printer rather than
Yeah, it's from the
printing it at
official
home.
Raptors printer.
Wow.
Not a random, inkjet that Shaq promotes. Anyways,
All right.
shouts to Tim and Camille. Camille has this beauty products business. You can follow 1999.beauty on Instagram. Basically, if you know us, we'll shout out your side hustle. Want to give a special shout out. Actually, I grabbed lunch with Savannah Hamilton this week, and she let me know that her dad, Danny, is a listener.
Oh,
Occasional, maybe. I don't know.
Probably
Occasional,
one-
regular.
probably when Savannah's on.
Probably when Savannah's
yeah,
on.
that's fine though.
So
Salute.
shouts to Danny Hamilton. We're going to have Savannah on co-hosting with me when you're away.
Mhm.
I'm already lining up like 11. You're away for a bit, aren't you?
Yeah, we'll review that later.
Okay, we'll talk about that off air. But yes, Danny is excited to be retiring from his teaching job
Congrats.
next year. So Danny, make sure you clear out 2 to 3 p.m. Monday to Friday next year so you can listen to Will Lou. And Savannah was telling me that because Danny is left-handed, he taught Savannah and her twin sister how to play left-handed growing up, playing basketball. And he brought the official Raptors mascot to Savannah's 3rd birthday.
Damn.
Shouts to the Raptors mascot. Another
Shouts to the Raptors
friend of the
mascot, man.
program.
Another true, genuine friend of the program. Listens all the time, but we cannot reveal their identity.
No, we cannot.
No, even though you can find it online, but whatever, man.
Anyways, also want to give one more shout out, Elaine Kwan and Trevor at Super Fresh for really helping us out. So we talked so much about the event. The most important thing is we were able to raise around $2,000 that we're donating to Asian Gold Ribbon. Everybody should go to asiangoldribbon.com. Today is actually Asian Gold Ribbon Day, May 20th. And a lot of Canadian landmarks around the country, including the Princess Gate at Exhibition Place in Toronto, is going to be lit up in gold. And, Asian Gold Ribbon, they are a fundraising nonprofit. And despite efforts to increase the awareness of anti-Asian racism since the start of the pandemic, a lot of research has shown that there's still an alarming increase in just violent assaults against Asian communities. And this year, Asian Gold Ribbon is looking to raise $100,000 for the development of initiatives for mental health support programs and services for Asian well-being. So, we're happy to play a small part. And I think whether you were at the event or not, again, asiangoldribbon.com, there's a donate button at the top. You can read about all the things that they do.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's a great cause. And it was a true honor to be part of that event. And now we get a free dinner out of it as well.
Yes, we are going to a charity dinner tonight. Thank you.
And you're dressed like
for
this.
the
though,
invite.
For real?
I'll go home and change.
Go home and change, man.
Nah, man.
You don't live too far from the restaurant. Go home and change.
I got to present myself as I am, man. That's how I got here.
That's gonna be sweaty, man. You're gonna be drinking hot soups. This guy's
Back to the
hot and sour soup for you.
Any shout outs from you?
Any shout outs for me? Yeah, actually, shout out to Blake Murphy's dad.
Okay.
Who is a avid listener to our program on Tuesdays.
Right. So both of your fathers take turns listening to the other show.
Yeah, I told Blake, man, my dad always listens to the morning show to wake up at 6 a.m. And Blake actually sent in a question on behalf of his dad, I guess. So there's something in Newfoundland that people eat called Jig's dinner.
Describe the what goes into this dinner.
Can I just read you the ingredients?
Yes, please.
2 pounds of beef, 1 head green cabbage,
All right, I'm in already.
12 carrots,
Healthy.
1 large turnip,
I like that.
potatoes, yellow split peas, butter, black pepper, and water. I've never seen water as an ingredient.
Yeah, so
I mean, I guess water is an ingredient in
over
many
it like it's gravy, or what's going on?
No, water is the sauce.
It's like, let me know when.
That's the Swiss Chalet sauce. Water.
Yeah.
I know that hurts you personally.
Ah, come on.
There's also some dumplings involved in this, but they're not the dumplings you and I will be familiar with.
Okay.
There seems to only have white sugar, baking powder, and flour,
Okay.
and more water.
All right, this sounds like a mixtape. Yeah.
Yeah.
This
Anyway,
really sounds like a food mixtape.
So from what I have read into this shortly, it seems to be mostly boiled. The whole meal is boiled.
Okay.
And yeah, the question was which of these would make it onto a dim sum menu. Now, a lot of things in dim sum are steamed,
Yeah.
but
I'm
having a hard time with this one.
Yeah, I'm
man.
gonna say the water. Yeah. You just drink the hot water.
No, water's listed twice as ingredients on this CBC Life page.
I
so-
do want to try this though.
Sure,
So,
yeah, me too. Actually, I
yeah.
would love to come to Newfoundland. Actually,
Yeah.
it looks
no, we
very
should try
beautiful.
it. Shout outs to Blake Murphy's dad.
Salute to Newfoundland. Yeah, but I don't know if this is going to make it onto the menu. Anyway, we have basketball questions.
Basketball questions. When you look at the small ball trend of the league now in the playoffs and consider the back and forth debate about the 5 spot for the Raptors, do you think we would be seeing this trend the same way if Jokic and Embiid were playing with healthy teams?
I think Jokic and Embiid are the exceptions. Like, you got to be that good as a center to be the leading guy to make it to the.
Yeah. By the way,
to this far.
Jokic and Embiid are on different tiers, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Jokic is on another tier, in my opinion.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't mind that. Yeah, Jokic has made it to the conference finals. Embiid has yet to do so. But I mean, like, look, as much as I've been floating this idea, like, you look at the centers that are still around and whatever, like, a lot of them are, there's no like true 7-footers who feature anymore. But it's like, I don't know, last year they had Brook Lopez won the championship. He played against DeAndre Ayton, who was in the championship. I guess Clint Capella is a traditional center.
Mm-hmm.
He was in the Final Four. Who was it on the other side?
Atlanta, Milwaukee.
The Clippers. They had Zubac.
You're really gonna throw Ivica Zubac
I don't know.
into this
No, but
conversation?
seriously, though, I think as a leading center, you probably
got
have to
what
be
you mean.
that level of that good. Like, I don't think
Yeah.
you can. Like, I don't know, man. A Nick Vucevic led team is
Sure.
not going to get there. A JV led team is not going to
Yeah.
get there.
There's also
Even
just-
a Karl Anthony Towns team is not
Yeah.
going to get led there. Yeah.
There's also just no like one way to build teams all the time, right? Like just because certain teams go with the small ball, certain teams have a traditional center. I think it's on the Raptors to pick the path that they want to choose, and it seems like they have picked a path, but it's like you have to tinker along the way.
Yeah, I think with all things, you got to really consider the defensive aspect. Like, a lot of centers, like, the reason why a lot of centers don't play is not because their offense isn't good enough, because their defense isn't good enough. Like, because they're either getting pulled out of position or they're getting blown by. They can't guard on the perimeter.
Right.
And, of course, it doesn't matter as much in the regular season, but in the playoffs, people hunt matchups. Like, we see it all the time. In every single game, people hunt matchups. And you just see in almost every single game, 7-footers get hunted in these matchups.
Yeah, and the other thing I'll say, and I don't know if this just boils it down to really basics, is that we wouldn't have a lot of these questions if the Raptors just had more elite players. Like, you talk
Yeah.
about different positions and stuff. It's like the best teams are still in the playoffs because they have elite players.
Yeah.
And it doesn't necessarily mean that elite player needs to be at the 5, at the 4, at the 3. Like, the talent is going to win out because, like, at some point, you're a good enough team that you're making that other team with the center adjust too.
Yeah.
The Raptors don't have enough talent to force teams to adjust the way they play.
Yeah.
Or at least against Philadelphia, they didn't have enough guys, right? To say, like, oh, we're playing Joel Embiid off the floor or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, again, I think guys like Embiid and Jokic
Yeah,
are
it's
are
very
guys you
different.
can't play
It's
off
very
the
different.
floor. They're so
Yeah.
good that you can't do it.
But you get what I mean. It's just like, if we had better, we just need better players. We need better. You always talk about getting the top 10 talent, right?
Yeah.
Top 10, top 15 players. So,
Damn,
anyways.
basketball discussion actually very basic.
Yeah.
It's actually very
That's why I'm
simple.
always like-
No, it's actually true.
I'm
It's
always
very
like,
simple.
yo,
Yeah.
what if we do a monthly show instead? Anyways, just kidding. We are forever linked with Canadian trades because of Canada. What will we have to give up for Shea, Gilgeous, Alexander? Okay, so let's do this.
I can only see two
Here, let's
pieces
do
the
this.
Raptors.
I'm
can
gonna be
possess.
Sam Presti.
Yeah.
You be Masai, okay?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna call you on your BlackBerry, okay? I'll be like, hey, Masai, congratulations. Like, I didn't know you could rebuild a team just being in the draft lottery once.
Oh.
I didn't know you could win a championship by just making like 2 trades.
Yeah. Basketball's about winning.
Yeah.
It's about winning.
Yeah.
It's about winning.
So
Gotta win.
What would it take? Like, I want to offer you Shea, but
Yeah.
like, what are you giving me?
I don't know if I would give you this, but
Okay.
do you want Pascal for Shea?
Okay, but I'm gonna need a bit more. I think I need 2 first rounders, 2 swaps. Let's do swaps.
I'm like, that's good, man. Enjoy,
Okay.
enjoy your
So
day.
I call you back. I'm
Yeah.
like, Shea, I'll throw in Lou Dort as well. We'll have to make the salaries match. Lou Dort is making $55 next year. By the way, Lou Dort, get that new contract, man. Lou Dort is so good.
Nah.
Like, if OKC really takes care of the players, give him a new contract.
Yeah,
God
fair
damn.
enough.
You tell me they don't have cap room? They're always on the floor. Like, anyways, okay. Let's stick to So I'm gonna give you Shea and Lou Dort. What's your counter here, Masai? Like, what are you giving me?
I guess I'll give you Pascal still, but
Is
I don't know.
Is
That doesn't
Pascal
really
the first player you offer?
I mean, if we're gonna have to talk about a Shea conversation, so Shea's
Yeah.
under contract for 5 years. His extension kicks in this following season.
Yep.
5 years, fully guaranteed, 171, no options, no outs.
Okay.
So you have him for 5 years.
Yeah.
Now the only concern is he's not a 6'9" forward,
Yeah.
and Pascal is. So I'm not making this trade as my Messiah anyway. But
Realistically,
that's the piece that you would have to like go into the conversation.
I
with.
don't think they
Unless
asked for
you-
Pascal. I
What do you
think
think they asked for, Scotty?
I think they asked for OG. I mean,
for OG. Yeah, I'm doing it.
No, but it wouldn't be just for OG. Like
OG
the
and what?
I don't know. That's the problem. Like, I don't think there's any. Is there anything else that
If
kind
it's
of
an
fits what
OG
OKC is
and
looking
something,
for?
I would do it. But
I don't think that's
if
enough.
If it's
That's not
Pascal,
enough.
I don't think I'd do it.
I
And
don't
if
think they
it's-
would
if
ask
it's
for
Scotty, I wouldn't do
Pascal
it.
because of the age. I don't think it's.
Nah, you're ages, man.
No,
That's
but-
unbelievable, man.
no, but
Pascal's like 28.
I'm
Like,
an ages.
relax.
Sam Presti's an ages. Like, Sam Presti's trying
No,
to load the roster up with 19-year-olds.
Sam Presti has draft picks for kids who are currently 10 years
Yo,
old.
there's a kid right now in like 6th grade that doesn't know he got traded for Kawhi Leonard.
No, Sam
for
Presti is
Paul
LeBron
George.
looking at what was it, like 5-year-old Scotty Barnes being like, yeah, that guy right
No,
there.
if I'm Sam Presti, I'm looking to find. First of all, I just don't think they're gonna trade Shea. Like, I
Why
think
not,
that's a
though?
building block. For
I
them,
honestly,
though.
I think honestly, if you still don't do anything next year, I think Shea
Right.
should really try to be like
Then-
asking for.
Then what was the point of you
out.
doing all this like tanking these last couple of years? I thought you were trying to surround Shea with players.
They don't even. Yo,
So
if you're
you're
good
just
for OKC, you're
restarting
not even
again?
gonna play.
So you're just restarting
What's
again.
stopping them from doing that again?
Okay, so in that scenario, I think the Raptors would be able in a better position to get Shea if Sam Presti's really like, I'm restarting again. Because then I would just throw a bunch of picks at them.
Yeah.
Just give them 4 picks. I guess OG would still have to be in that.
Yeah. Okay.
that
if,
too
it's, if it's
much?
an OG plus something, then yeah, of course. OG plus picks, I would do it for Shea. Yeah.
You would do it?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. What if they're like
Shea's
throwing
really good, man.
Shea is really
Shea's like
good.
one of the best scoring guards in the NBA. Full stop. Period. He gets double teamed all the time. There's no other talent on OKC that people care about.
Yep.
He still scores at a very effective rate. He's a clutch scorer as well.
Man, Shea and Scotty?
In between
Oh
game
my
is
God.
unbelievable. He shoots the ball really nicely as well. This past year wasn't shooting the step back jumper nearly as good, but years past he's definitely been able to shoot the step back as well. I love Shea, man, and I know Shea would love to play in Toronto as well.
Yeah. No, I think it's just, it's hard to find a fit, but man,
Yeah.
now you got me thinking about Shea and Scotty.
Oh, man.
having that for
That sounds great.
okay. This is next question. If Draft Express were to do a scouting report on you, who is your player comp, Will? What are your strengths and weaknesses?
Chuck Hayes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chuck Hayes.
I'm trying to mold Will into Precious Achua.
Okay, yeah, me too. I'm also trying to mold myself into Precious.
No,
Achua. Okay.
remember when we remember when we went to practice corner threes? You shot like 100 corner threes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
to make 10.
Yeah. You missed 99%
Yeah, I'm
of the
better.
threes
Honestly,
that you take.
let's go to
you
the
know?
court right now, man. Let's go to the court right now.
Nah, man, dressed like this.
Okay, all right.
Which of the players do you think you could convince to go to Rolson?
On the current Raptors roster,
Yeah.
Precious,
Sure. Yeah.
absolutely.
Fred.
Fred,
Yeah.
Pascal, honestly, probably all of them.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not hard to talk these players into it, man.
Oh yeah. What
Yeah.
happened with your hanging out with Utah?
Yeah, that's different, man. He's already Asian. He's already been to these places.
It's been a year. Oh my god.
No more basketball questions. Just keep going non-basketball.
Can you name a better strip mall than Bamberg Circle? Where
Bamberg is
Markham
very
Place
elite.
food court?
Does Times Square count as a strip mall?
Sure. Times Square.
Times Square's pretty good, man.
Yeah, Richmond
I
Hill.
actually really like Times Square.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are really the main ones that I frequent. I mean, the Pacific Mall food court pretty underrated, but I feel like Yeah, those are the main ones. But Bamberg Circle, I rep Bamberg too, man.
Yeah.
Shouts to Samwu Barbecue.
Yep, of course.
Yeah, but that's it, huh?
Yeah. No more non-basketball questions, please.
Yeah, I got a lot more. Do you and Will get free food and drinks when you mention them on the show?
No.
Nope.
No. But
Nope.
it could change.
Nope. Also, we don't want to be that thirsty.
No, I mean, listen, we can afford to pay, like, eat at places and tip them well. So
Yeah. What is
I'd
your
rather do that.
all-time most coveted Raptors related memorabilia? I already got mine, the Jeremy Lin box score. Printed from the official. I can't believe you roasting me for this. I thought you'd be like, oh man, great pull.
Let me send you the PDF. I'll email you the PDF.
I thought you'd be like, yo, let me trade you all my Pokemon cards for that.
No,
but-
man. I wouldn't even, nah.
Oh, man.
What? I already said this. I wore it to the event. It is a signed Mitchell and S throwback jersey. It says Raptors in Chinese on the front. It has T-Mac as the number and the name, but also it's a jersey that Jeremy Lin wore to the parade. He saw me in the parade, pointed at me. I threw my jersey up to him. He signed it, and I'm a professional media member.
Yeah. Last part is debatable. Okay, Mr. Lou, besides basketball, what sport would you be a pro in if you were a professional athlete?
Baseball.
Have you played baseball?
No. I just mean
How does
this is a hypothetical scenario.
Okay.
The reason I wanted to play baseball is because it doesn't look exhausting at all. It looks actually really relaxing. I feel like you can play baseball 3 times in a day.
This is completely
not sweat.
disrespectful to baseball players, by the way.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it not relaxing? Bro, look at baseball. Yo,
Do you know how hard?
You know what? It's the only sport you can play where you're eating sunflower seeds the whole day.
What's harder than
I love
hitting?
sunflowers.
What's harder than hitting a home run off a major league pitcher?
I don't care about that, man. I just want to eat sunflower seeds and
We're
chill.
just completely, man. We're the home of the Blue Jays, man.
Yeah.
You gotta put some respect on the sport of baseball. This guy
maybe.
just said baseball's easy.
No, it just looks relaxing. It doesn't look physically
If you're a
taxing.
manager, you talking like you want to manage, not play.
Actually,
I feel like
baseball
that's what
manager
you wanna
sounds
do.
fun too because there's a lot of tactics that go involved. Like I like that.
Do you want to be if you could, would you want to be a basketball coach? I feel like the way you look at the game, you could be a coach. Can't you be a coach?
No.
Can't you cut film for Nick Nurse and Nate Bjorgen?
I mean, I guess theoretically,
If tomorrow they
people
hired
have
you.
the skill set to do it, but no, man, no. The level of like actual basketball knowledge, both like acquired and also practiced, it's not even close, man. We can joke about it, but it's not close, man. These guys are basketball geniuses.
Okay, so I shouldn't respect you,
No.
man. When I look at USC of basketball,
Okay, all right, keep going.
Anna
Next question.
Tamagotchi.
Yeah.
By the way, we're off next Monday. It's a long weekend.
Oh, I thought it was off because of this episode of the show.
I'm
but
a
keep going.
I'm a freelancer, so I can't keep track of these holidays. What is it?
Victoria,
Day, maybe?
yeah, it's a 2-4 weekend.
Okay,
May
shout out to
2-4,
Victoria.
yeah.
Assad, how are you working to improve your game ahead of Raptors 3-on-3 tournament? And should Assad replace you with Jalen Harris?
Listen, man, Assad, you are not the general manager. I'm the general manager.
I'm
I
the
will
coach.
replace myself with Jalen Harris if he's available. So
You got J.
Jalen, let me
Cole.
know.
Shouts to J. Cole.
I would replace me with
joining
J.
the
Cole too. J.
Scarborough
Cole looks like he could definitely hoop.
Shooting
All right,
stars.
Yeah, by the way, that's great. That's great promo for the CEBL.
Yeah,
It's really great, honestly.
It's cool.
Also, like 70% of the league is Canadian, mandated, but still, like that's cool. Like this is actually gonna be a big platform for a lot of other athletes.
Well, I
because
heard
of
the tickets like sold out now because of the buzz.
So that's amazing. I think this is really cool.
You know what I want to see?
Salute to J. Cole.
I want to see what kind of buzz there was if CBL announced that Will Lou was signing.
There will be no buzz.
the
man.
Hamilton
No,
team.
respect the athletes, please.
I respect the athletes. I do, but I respect your
What am I
club.
doing to train for the 3-on-3 tournament next year?
You're training with me.
I'm improving as a shooter, man. I'm just gonna say this. I go to the park nowadays. Before I was like, I want to shoot alone because like I don't want anyone to see me be trash. Now I'm like, I'll confidently shoot around other people. Like I can make shots.
No, that's the key.
We were playing full court 3-on-3 last game. You know, I had like we were playing up to 11s. I had like 5 points.
No,
Our team lost, but still.
I see a
5
lot
points
of.
is 5 points.
I see a lot of potential in you, man. I want to see you grow.
Oh,
No, I want to see you grow. I really do.
okay, all right. Yeah,
You'll
you
be
know,
really good.
I know you're already calling Pascal old, but me turning 30
I'm
this
not
year, I know
calling
there's a
him
lot of potential here. You know.
You call Chris Boucher old, so I'm like, okay.
No, I
You
didn't.
gotta
I just
keep
said
that
he
same
wasn't
energy.
he wasn't one of the young guys who could pop. Like,
But you got to keep that same energy with Pascal and Fred. Then.
Okay.
They're all in the same age range.
yeah, fair enough. That's fair.
Anyways,
What a show today.
yeah, great show.
Yeah. What was your favorite question?
All of them. Equally.
No, recall one
By
question.
the way, if
man.
I could be a pro athlete,
yeah, what are you doing?
I would be a golfer. I would be
You
a
know what? That's a
golfer.
good one. That's actually more
be a
relaxing than
golfer.
baseball.
You don't gotta talk to anybody. You know, like you don't gotta rely on anybody. Like it's all on you.
What about the caddy? Can I be your caddy?
Yeah, you can be my caddy. No, my
Okay.
dad would be my. Actually, I would be my dad's caddy.
Okay, we've come full circle. on
Everyone,
this, so
have a wonderful weekend.
have a wonderful weekend. Go play golf and go play baseball. You know, thanks everyone for listening. You've been listening to the Raptors Show on Sportsnet 590 The Fan. Make sure you find the Raptors Show wherever you listen to podcasts and subscribe. And please rate and review our show. Thanks to my producer and co-host, Alex Wong, our board producer, Tristan, filling in for Derek Bandeo, and Jennifer will be helping us behind the scenes with the YouTube stream. And we'll talk to you next week. No, Dad's coming in the booth crying. He's like, what's going on?
How'd it go, guys? What's going on in the NBA? Who's hot?
Honestly, all there's only been 3 games played in the conference finals. All of them have blowouts.
All of them have vlogs?
No, all of them are blowouts.
Oh, blowouts.
Yeah, it's actually kind of really like...
Celtics good?